That was me in October. A couple weeks before Halloween, when the candy came in the house, I started eating it like it was going out of style. I don't really even like candy, but it was there and I was eating it. And it got me thinking about eating healthy during the holidays, but not feeling deprived. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Balance between maintaining a healthy lifestyle during the holidays and enjoying ourselves.
Welcome to Moving Mountains in 3-inch Heels. I'm your host, Julia Jordan. Moving mountains in 3-inch heels pretty much says it all when it comes to women. We can make anything happen. Not only can women do anything, we do everything. We're going to focus on 5 pillars: metabolism, meditation, mental health, menopause, and I would be remiss if I didn't add the 5th, medical. It occurred to me when I was putting these nut tricks together that all 5 of the words do something that most women do not, and that is start with M-E, start with me. So I'm going to amend my previous statement. Women can do anything, and we do everything, except prioritize ourselves. But it's time to. It's time for us to start with me. If you're ready to laugh, learn, and leap into a healthier, happier you, hit that subscribe button and join our wellness family. Let's go on this journey together of self-consideration as we discover how to start with me. Welcome to Moving Mountains in 3-inch Heels. I'm your host, Julia Jordan, and today's episode we're going to be talking about balance. The balance between enjoying ourselves during the holidays and maintaining a healthy lifestyle. I mean, if we think about it, we have this concentrated amount of time at the end of the year, and it's about 6 weeks where we get to move away from our normal day-to-day, the regular, the mundane, and do things that we don't typically get to do. We get to spend time with our family, enjoy our friends, enjoy ourselves, and we get to eat things that we don't typically get to eat throughout the year, and we really want to partake in all of it. So how do we do that without just going completely off the rails and having a really hard time having to reset? I love food, and I think pretty much everybody does, not just eating it and the taste of it, but what food represents. I mean, food represents so much. And I think it's one of very few things that connects us globally that everyone has in common. The tradition of food, passing recipes and processes from generation to generation, the sense of community, it brings people together, the connection it gives all of us, the memories it makes, the memories it's going to make, and it tastes good. And food is wonderful, nourishes our body, but a lot of times we don't just use food for nourishing, we use it for other things like emotional support. We use it to entertain ourselves because we're bored. I heard a term recently that I've not heard before, and I think maybe other people have. I just haven't, and it's called food chatter. What food chatter is, it's when you think about food all the time or a lot of the time. And I guess there's varying degrees of how extreme it can be. There's some people that are thinking about food while they're eating food, and then there's people that think about food on a regular basis. I think about food, and that's called food chatter. So just the fact that I know what it's called and I can identify it has helped me. There's a trigger in the hypothalamus, which is in our brain, that tells us that not only are we full, but we're satisfied. And it's the satisfied part that some people have a harder time triggering. And that's a whole other conversation and a whole other podcast, which we are going to do, and I am working on it, is the foods that will trigger that being satisfied, that will trigger leptin. Leptin is a hormone that calms insulin down, so we aren't always feeling hungry, but more importantly, that we're satisfied. And that's why medicines like Ozempic are so popular now, because that's what they do. But there's ways to do it without Ozempic. I'm not saying whether you should or should not use it. I'm just saying there's ways to trigger that satisfied feeling without going down that road. And we are going to have that conversation in another podcast. I'm working on it now. I think it'll be dropping in January. But let's talk about what we got to talk about now. Enjoying ourselves during the holidays, still enjoying ourselves, not feeling deprived, but not going off the rails. We're going to talk about the concept of balance, the psychology of deprivation, the joy of food and celebration, mindful eating, portion control, healthy swaps, incorporating movement, making movement fun. Maybe we can find other things to do besides regular exercising when families in town go for walks together, things like that. And then prioritizing ourselves, our mental well-being, our physical well-being, our spiritual well-being, and our financial well-being. And we tend to overspend this time of year too. And then celebrating the small wins. So let's just get right into it. Food plays a pivotal role in all our lives. It creates memories, it creates joy, family gatherings, and it creates a sense of nostalgia. For me, I'm Italian. And so we did the whole big Christmas Eve thing. We don't have turkey. We have lasagna and pasta. I mean, it's so good. And then the desserts and everything. And it's just it's hard not to eat. Now, when you're a kid, I swear you can eat anything and we're just so active. It doesn't matter. But as adults, we have to pay attention to that. And so that's all we want to do. But there is a psychology behind depriving ourselves, and research shows that it backfires. And I think life experience shows that it backfires. So we just take a little bit of everything and let's find the joy in the time that we're celebrating with our family and not think of the food so much as the time that we're sharing, and have a little bit of everything. Don't stay away from it. Just don't overeat. Easy enough, right? And let's talk about mindful eating. This is a game changer, especially during this time of year. Mindful eating is all about being present while you eat. It means taking the time to savor your food, paying attention to flavors, textures, and aromas. When we eat slowly, not only do we enjoy our food more, but we also give our brain a chance to catch up with our stomach. This is a way we're more likely to recognize when we're full, which can help prevent that uncomfortable post-meal feeling stuck. Now, tip number 2 is portion control. It's perfectly fine to enjoy our favorite foods and holiday dishes, but moderation is key. One effective strategy is to fill your plate only half up with the yum stuff and half up with lighter, like vegetables first, and eat those first. It allows us to get fuller on the stuff that's healthier for us. And then by the time we get to the stuff that's richer, we're probably not going to want as much. We can also think about healthy swaps. So, for example, if we're hosting or attending a holiday gathering, consider bringing a healthy dish to share. You might think you're the one that's going to be like, raw, but people are going to be like, hey, you know what? That's actually a good idea. This is going to help us all stay on track. We can bring a veggie platter with dip or a light dessert option, for instance, fruit-based parfait. And make sure we stay hydrated. And I don't mean with alcohol, I mean with water. Drink plenty of water. And then plan ahead. If you know you're going to have a big holiday meal coming up, plan your other meals around it. You don't have to eat as much. Make sure you're eating protein. Make sure you're getting all your macronutrients, your proteins, your fats, your carbohydrates, all the healthy ones. Let's incorporate some movement into our holiday traditions. Maybe walking around the block with your family, or if you have kids or not, just let's have a dance party. Make it fun. And then you can have short bursts of activities. Maybe you don't have the time to do as much exercising as you do throughout the other parts of the year. Just getting in a few lunges, squats, anything, stretching, balance. And then also, if you have people in your family or friends that are crazy enough, create a holiday fitness challenge. It makes it a little bit more fun. Why the heck not? Just enjoy it. Another part is to set boundaries. If we're feeling pulled in a lot of directions during the holidays, which we do with family gatherings, work parties, and countless commitments, remember, it's okay to say no to events or activities that don't feel right for you. If your time and your energy is being sucked away, we need to prioritize that. So let's prioritize what matters most so we don't overextend ourselves and feel drained. And then we have to make time for ourselves. Remember the whole thing about this podcast is start with me. It's also remember me. Carve ourselves out some time just for ourselves to go back to center, to get our peace. Do some mindful practices, simple techniques like breathing, meditation, yoga, prayer to help center your thoughts. Have a sense of calm during these busy holiday times and everything else that's going on for that matter. And then let's celebrate the small wins. Let's also remember to celebrate just the stuff that says, hey, I'm making progress. It's not a big thing, but it's progress. It's in the right direction. Did you make a healthy choice at a holiday party? Did you squeeze in a workout? Celebrate those moments. And then last, you know what? Reach out for support. Talk to your friends. We all have people, or we should have people. If you don't have people in your life that support you, find some. Get some new friends. But talk to people. If you're having a hard time this time of year, regardless of whether it's just with food, with depression, anxiety, reach out for support. There's professional centers that can help you, but also you have friends and hopefully family that you can talk to as well. This time of year is a small time of year that we only get once a year, and we have to live it to our fullest. And we want to take care of ourselves. We don't want to let ourselves down by going off the rails with too much eating and drinking and overextending our time. But we also don't want to feel like we're missing out. So it's all about balance, everything in moderation. And we will have a festive, happy holiday season. I'm wishing you and your family all the best all year round, and in particular as we go into the holidays. Thank you for joining me today on Moving Mountains in 3-inch heels. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on our latest tips for living your best life. Until next time, stay fabulous, and remember, your wellness journey matters. Self-care is a necessity, and it does not require an apology. I'll see you soon.